And we are back, man. Another beautiful day at the Waterboy Show. This is an addition, not an addition, an addition. There we go, man. I'm mixing up my words. This is a new addition, man, that we continue to add to the show. If you've been following the show for a while, you know we've had some player spotlights here and there, man. We got Matty Cooper from UGA. We got our guy Stephen Miller that was on the show. He's now playing out at USC. They both went high school at the time. And one of the things that we always want to do with our show, we want to make sure we highlight athletes, bring athletes to the table that maybe you may have heard of. You could have heard them on the high school level, on the collegiate level, but they haven't made it pro just yet. We want to make sure they get those highlights so you can hear about the great players while they on they come up. So when they do hit the league, you can be like, I know that guy. I know him. Yeah, you first saw it here on the Waterboy Show if you didn't see it anywhere else. So, look, we got another player spotlight. And before I get into who's sitting down with us today, we got to do some house business. Make sure you go and give us some digital currency. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. And wherever you get your podcast, wherever you get the audio, whether that's on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating. Please leave us comments. That helps our visibility, and it helps more people find the show as we talk about these blood pressure birds, everything Atlanta, and all these great players and athletes that we highlight. Please give us that digital currency, man. And after you do that, make sure you shop with us, man. Make sure you go to 285clothing.com. That's 285clothing.com. We got the Blood Pressure Birds gear. We got the Waterboy Show gear. We got the Atlanta Made gear. Any and everything around the city of Atlanta and Atlanta sports, we represent it, and we have it right there at 285clothing.com for you. All right, so now it's time. Now that house business out the way, now it's time to get to this player spotlight of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about Milton High, if you know anything about 2 championships being won by those players over there, if you know anything about Duke and you watched them last year, you know somebody was out there making plays, you know anything about the transfer portal, you know anything about Florida State, you know there was a big transition made and a real big get by Florida State that a lot of Florida State fans are feeling real good about. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to bring that young man to the table today because I'm telling you, he's going to be making plays all up and down the field for Florida State, and you will hear his name, man, down there doing his thing, about to tell Tallahassee up down there on the field, man. If you don't know who that is none other than Makai Jones, a.k.a. Pop. Let's give it up for him, man. Makai Jones, a.k.a. Pop. What's up, Pop? So, look.
What's good? What's good?
Look, you let it be known immediately, like, look, man, Makai the professional, man. They call me Pop, though.
They call me Pop, yeah.
Hey, break that down. How did you get the name Pop?
So, really, Pop started, like, as a family nickname. Like, my grandma, my dad's great-grandmother, she passed away. She called me Pop because I was, like, a Poppy as a baby. I was like, well, light bright. So that kind of stuck growing up. My brothers called me Pop. Everybody on my dad's side called me Pop. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go to college. Might bring Pop back because it was like I had multiple different nicknames in different states because I'm from Jersey. I'm from Atlanta. So different nicknames everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just bring Pop to college, let that stick. And then it stuck one time in practice because we had like a little scrimmage. And I hit somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he went back and was like, okay, Pop out there right now. So it's like, it's going to stick. And that's how it stuck with my teammates. And then when I got to Florida State, it kind of just carried on like that.
Man, that's what's up, man. Pop somebody out there on the field. I was wondering if that's where you got the nickname from, if when you were playing, like, you know, ball coming up, Pop Warner or anything like that, if you just laid this, like, literally just popped and knocked somebody clean out of their cleats, if that's how you got the nickname. Man, it's funny how those family names stick with us throughout our lives, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pop, look, Pop is what the man said. Pop is what it is, man.
What up, man? Shoot, man, glad to be here today, man. I almost choked to death before the show. I'm over here recovering from that, man. I took a swig of water, man, and it just came out of me, man. What the hell? Nah, but what's up, man? I think this is our first. Go ahead, man.
I mean, dog, you just made me laugh, man. What you mean? Go ahead, man. What you said made me laugh, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy, he really trying to get his life together over here, man. And so, hey, so look, tell us a little bit. You know, you started at Duke, man. You played at Duke as a true freshman. Am I correct? Played at Duke, made plenty of plays. You end up making that transition, staying in the ACC though, and end up over at Florida State, man. Tell us some of what went into the transition from Duke to Florida State.
Well, when the transition between those two schools was, I'm gonna start off by saying this: Duke was the first school I went to. Duke was a place that I loved playing at, but it was just time for a transition and change to better myself and my career for the future, especially being a defensive back. The history of defensive backs at Florida State is just, you really can't beat that. We had Jalen Ramsey, Derwin James, Dexter, forget his last name, but Jim Thorpe. We had 3 Jim Thorpe winners at Florida State, so I wanted to cement my legacy by going and get that Jim Thorpe. So it kind of made it an easy transition to get over there just because of the history of what I could do over there, and then just go help a program that needed help a little bit, and we're gonna help them out, and we're gonna go get some hardware that we deserve to go get. And just my coach, like Coach Coop, great safety coach, to learn from him and to be under him is like something that I want to do. So yeah.
So coming out of high school, man, you had a lot of offers. Was UGA one of the ones that tried to recruit you?
UGA was not one of the schools that tried to recruit me. I actually did. I worked out for UGA a couple times when Coach Fran was the DB coach. And in my 7-on-7 team, we won the UGA 7-on-7 tournament. So they seen me play a little bit. But I had Georgia Tech coming out of high school.
Georgia Tech, how was that visit in there?
Actually, I don't think I visited Georgia Tech. I was supposed to take an OV visit to Georgia Tech, but when I committed to Duke, I kind of was like, I'm going to just stay locked into my school, stay loyal to my school. And then I didn't really explore too many other options when they wanted me to come take an OV during the season. But Coach Peoples, who was there at the safety coach at the time, great coach. He watched me work out. We had a 7-on-7 tournament there as well. The whole coaching staff was out there. I caught a pick right in front of all them boys. Turned out like that. So
Okay.
it was smooth. So, I mean, great experience.
So you one of the first athletes that we had a chance to interview that actually had an NIL deal. And we've been talking about this for some time. Do you feel like you getting so young, getting a significant check, how does that motivate you to still want to go to the next level? Because a lot of kids, they play, before the NIL, they was playing, hey, I need to get my mama a house. I need to buy my mama a car. Obviously, you got some good money to where you can do that now. Do you think that affects the play of athletes by getting the money so early?
It definitely can affect the play of certain athletes. If you're not set on a strong foundation or you have, like, a strong team behind you and you just, like, control everything you do, you can get caught up in, like, being young and wanting to have fun with your friends, homeboys, like, but you got to take a step back and be like, even though I want to go have fun with them boys, I know I can do it. If I'm not going to do it, I'll do it in the long run when it's time to do it. But the main thing always going to be the main thing. I ain't get to where I want to go yet. So why am I about to go out here and splurge all this money and I ain't got no money to go splurge? Feel me?
What's the first thing you bought with your money?
I had to pay rent. I bought some clothes. I ain't okay. I did just go to Miami and like have fun. I had fun with my teammates. I bought some clothes, but I ain't buying no crazy thing. I still drive the car I got from high school, car that my grandma gave me. I'm gonna tuck that off until it's time for me to like really go pop it for real.
Hey man, I ain't mad at that at all. So look, like you said, keep the main thing the main thing. Like so. I'm already gathering that you have big goals, big dreams, and I would take it. Making it to the league someday is one of those dreams of yours, But
most definitely.
But before you get there, man, just tell us some of the things that you hope to get accomplished. While you're at Florida State from a team perspective, and then even as a personal perspective, if you want, or you can just stay straight into the team perspective that you would like to see and accomplish at your time at Florida State.
Definitely, as a team. I expect us to win a national championship before I leave that. I ain't gonna cap. Just I believe in Coach Norvell. Coach Norvell believes in his team and his guys. I believe in our staff. And like Coach Norvell says, I know who I coach. I know who I got. So seeing my teammates every day, I know who we got. I played on an ACC championship team. We have that team right there. And we have a team that can go deep into the playoffs. Yes, we got to get our nicks and all that. We got to gel together because we are a new team. I think we have 50 new players or something like that. So we got to build that team chemistry. But from what I can tell, we're going to be a team to come play. Like we got guys, especially on defense side of the ball, offensive side of the ball. But because I play defense more so, we got some hitters on the side of the ball. Like we coming after the quarterbacks, coming after the receivers and all that. So it's gonna be fun to watch and play.
Okay, then. So they coming after the receivers and the corner. Well, look, like I told you before we started the show, I think Florida State keeps like a lot of the alumni around the program, at least people around the program, so you're able to see and touch players, have conversation with players who actually done it in college and done it in the pros. So when you see our guy Brian McFadden, 2-time Super Bowl winner for the Pittsburgh Steelers, played at Florida State, same position as you, defensive back. Make sure you tell her, hey man, the Water Boys said that, man, you a dude who knows ball, and I need to get to know you.
I got
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, man, B-Mac, that's what he's called for short. That dude knows ball, and I think he'll be a really good resource for you to tap into.
Bet.
You know, one thing about you that I'm impressed is that you don't meet deadlines, you beat them. You was here earlier. You was here before my producer was here, so that's pretty impressive, man. Keep that going, like, and throughout life. You know, I know you call your agent and was like, man, we starting at 11, man. But being early goes a long way in life, and the way you talking, it's all about the mindset. When your mindset right, that's how that changes things. So hopefully you bring that mindset to the other kids there at Florida State to bring that mindset. But hopefully y'all don't beat the dogs, you know, because we some dog fans. So hopefully y'all like play us in the championship and y'all lose.
Oh,
but
man.
at least y'all made it.
Time out. That's what you want.
Yeah.
How we get there?
Hey man, you said you want to win a championship, so when you said that like affects my mindset. Like they can't beat the dogs, man. No, but I do like the fact that mindset. I love that, bro. That's dope.
I got a few teammates that play for UGA, so yeah, it's gonna be up. They play offense too, so it's
Okay,
up.
okay.
Yeah, which ones?
My high school teammates, CJ Wiley, Ethan Barbour.
Okay.
Yeah, so them boys, look, they first freshmen last year. But
CJ Watt, is he a receiver?
yeah,
Did we interview him?
No, we did not.
Okay.
but yeah, it's up. It's up though. Like, it's up when we see y'all. It's up.
Be Rich, you done started something,
Oh,
man.
oh,
now
no.
you gave this man more ammunition.
Oh, hey, dog.
when they
Hey,
play
when
the
y'all
dogs.
see him, man, y'all make sure y'all beat him, man.
But Pop finna bring
Pop-
the Pop out
popping
there,
it.
man. Yeah, Pop out here, Pop. So look, I want to ask you this, man. Speaking of high school, 2 championships, man. 2 championships. Like, speak on those games. Speak on what it's like to bring home some hardware in high school, man. To go out there with your brothers, have a common goal, and y'all get it done, man.
So yeah, I'm gonna start off with our junior year championship. My junior year championship, I feel like our senior year championship team would have destroyed our junior year championship team just by the experience that we gained and like how we hung out outside of football going into that senior year. But some of my closest homeboys was on my junior year championship team, and then that was overall a good game. We was in a little dogfight until one of my linebackers took out their quarterback. But I feel like that game, I wouldn't say we necessarily was like nervous going into that game, but it was kind of like it was fresh. None of us had been in a state championship before. We didn't know how to do it and go into it, but we knew who we had and knew that we just came off a streak of beating nationally ranked teams, and we also a nationally ranked team, so we had to go in there and play like that. So the first state championship game was kind of like, I'm not gonna say, both our state championship games we actually got into dog fights in the first half.
Okay.
But then we separated when it got into the second half, because at that point it was like we melting. Like, I don't know why we out here. we out here playing with these boys for real. We should be playing with them. But the first game was fun. That feeling right there definitely was a that game was actually on my grandmother's birthday. So that game, that game was
That's special.
That game was a fun game for sure. And I just chilled after the game with my homeboys and all that, because it was one of his birthday also. So that was cool. And then the second one we had, the second state championship game, oh yeah, we was feeling that one. We was 14-0 going into that one. I feel like, I want to say we came to the game number 3 in the nation. I think we finished the game number 2 in the nation because we didn't get to play the national championship game. But that was a game. I kind of feel like we looked down on the team. We had to play a little bit. But then once they came at us,
Yeah.
it was like, all right, we got to lock in.
Who y'all beat in that game again?
Langston Hughes.
Langston Hughes. Okay, yeah, Langston Hughes, but they had some ballers out there.
Nah, Langston Hughes definitely had some ballers. Yeah. And then the coaches on the other side, it's like you're playing against people you know and you work out with outside of this. So it's kind of like, it's always fun going against somebody you know.
Yeah.
Because then you go harder. But the game was definitely fun. But we won that game in the long run. But it was looking a little shaky in the beginning of the game, but we always was good.
Man, y'all finished that whole season undefeated.
15-0, number 2 in the country, and public school national champions.
Man, congrats on that. Yeah. Wow, that's impressive, man. Hey, look, I got to clap it up for that.
One thing we talk about a lot on here, man, is family. Mm-hmm. It seems like you keep talking about your grandma, man. Tell us about her, man, and why she so bright in your day, man, because you talked about the car, right? She gave you a car, and you talked about her as her birthday. Mm-hmm. I could tell that's like your pride and joy, man. Talk about her, man. Give her flowers.
I got some great grandmas. I ain't cat. The one who gave me my car is actually my great grandma. So I got a pretty young family. Like, my family pretty young. My great grandma still alive. She got 77 or something like that. She cool. She gave me the car. I told her when I was younger, like, it's gonna be my car one day. She held true to that. So I was like, smooth. I got that in high school. Been rocking out with that ever since. And then my grandma, whose birthday it was on the state championship game, my mama's mama, and that was my dog. She lived in Texas when my mom, she moved away like 2 years old. My mom was out here with me. She was like, my mom young, 19, but she had me at 17, so I was 19 when they moved away. But yeah, my grandma road dog. I go out there to Texas. When I was out there, she actually about to move to Georgia in a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's smooth. But yeah, that's my girl, my dog. They all my girls. Surrounded by strong women. My great grandmother, my grandma, and my mama. So.
Okay, shout out to them, man. Like that, I know my partner, man. He like really big on family, and so am I. I know it touches him to hear that. Mm-hmm. Touches me as well. Yeah,
100%, man. Because like you say, when we talked about the NIL, when he asked you about that, and one of the things you said is, needing to have a strong foundation. And to hear you talk about your family, we can see where that strong foundation comes from. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. Those people who gonna be there when the lights aren't bright, when nobody's cheering for you, when nothing is happening outside of just that home. That family gonna always be there to support you and be your everybody who knew you as Pop before the whole world finna know you as Pop. They knew you as Pop first, and those people, man, that's the most important, man. Exactly. I love to hear that. So look, tell me this: true freshman playing at Duke. Tell me the game or the moment that you said, you know what? Yeah, I belong.
Okay, I guess you got two different moments. One game that was like, yeah, I belong was when we played Clemson. We went down there to Clemson, and excuse me, we went down there to Clemson. Packed out stadium. I'm used to packed out stadiums. It was kind of like, okay, that felt good being one of those. The environment was hostile. We on the buses. They all throwing the middle finger up, doing that. I was like, okay, cool. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game. And then the last time Duke played them, Duke beat them at Wallace Wade.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, okay, they're trying to get back. And then we came back to Death Valley and beat them there. I want to say I had like 6 tackles that game or 7 tackles that game. And it's kind of like my most during the season right at that time. But it was just like, I felt like I was more like comfortable out there, like being out there. I knew the checks. Even though we had switched our whole game plan, we had to wear wristbands and all that. But it just felt more comfortable that game. I felt like that was a game. I don't know what game that was, but that definitely was a game where it was like, I bet, yeah, I'm back. I'm
okay.
Here. I'm here.
Okay.
And then the game that I really popped it in was Wake Forest game. And that game was, we had this Prowler package, like third down package. And I was behind one of my senior linebackers the whole year. But I always worked at it. And it was like, okay, he had messed up. Like once or twice. Great player, but he had messed up once or twice. And it was like, all right. My safety coach came down from the booth. He was like, you about to go in on the next third down package. Okay, cool. Before I even went down on there, I had like 2-3 tackles already on the game. But third down, I'm able to blitz. I'm able to play dime and blitz and all that. So it's kind of like, bet I get to go blitz. Go give me one. Don't have me out here just covering. Let me go get the quarterback real quick, and then let me cover on the back end. So they called the call, and it was perfect. Like they called a timeout too. I'm like, they about to switch my call. I can't go back and I can't run the blitz no more. When we came back from the timeout, and they called it again. I said, I bet I'm about to go get him.
Yeah.
And then we knew Wake Forest was like a little fumbly, like going into the game plan. So they had fumbled a couple times already during the day. Like, all right, bet I'm gonna force them to make a fumble right here. They snapped the ball. I beat the tackle off the edge, and it was like an effort. So it wasn't like I just came there clean. I had to really go work and get him. Quarterback rolled out. Nah, come here. I wasn't gonna let you get away from me at that point. Come here. Came down, slapped his arms down, tackled him. Ball came out, he forced fumble. My teammate came and scooped it, and we teed after that. If you see me on the TV, I'm running. I tried to get up, but it was like slow motion happening right there.
Yeah.
Because I like my first college turnover. So it was like I can't really get up and go get it, but I'm gonna go get up and go get it. And he got it. I ran to the end zone, started celebrating the camera with everybody. So that was T. And then right after that, we came back and we was like in man the rest of the game. And then I'm at dime. I'm covering like the tight end or like the slot, whoever's right there in that area. They threw the ball twice to him. I broke it up both times. So it was kind of like, I ain't stop trying me. I'm out here.
Yeah.
Like,
He said, stop trying me. I'm out here.
and that's when I really started popping. And like, people don't really like to pop me like that because I'm on the field. At the beginning of the game, I'm calm. I'm chill. Not like I'm just getting my calls and my checks out. Everybody calm down, settle down. But when I'm feeling it, you're gonna make sure you gonna know I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Especially if you said something earlier. Now I'm on you. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, so you making some of the calls from the back.
Oh yeah, safety definitely. I definitely had free range like to check stuff, call stuff. I still got that now. I've always been like my senior year of high school. I used to never like communicate. I used to communicate like I get to call out everybody. All right, now I'm gonna go do my job. But my senior year I had a coach, Justin Miller. He played for the Jets and all that. He used to be on me every day in practice. He'd be behind my head, just standing behind me while we practicing, moving around. He said, "What's the call?" I ain't get the call, so I just gave the call. What's the call? It's the call in my ear constantly. So that kind of like translated to me going to college, which ultimately helped benefit me in a way because like by me saying the call, I was comfortable with what I had to do, and I knew what I had to do. And if I gave it out to everybody else, I knew I could trust them to do their job. So I brought that over to college, and that just kind of like stayed with me, watching more film, doing all that. And that just slowed the game down a little bit more. That's why I was able to go on the field as a true freshman and play in every game for real.
Shouts out to Justin Miller for that. That's something he gave you, man. That's gonna go stick a long way.
Exactly.
Man, you ain't had to beat my daughter's school like that, Wake Forest, man. So it's all good. But they suck though. I ain't gonna lie. They almost beat Tech though, in overtime, but Tech ended up pulling it out. But hey man, so you play strong safety or free safety?
I play free safety nickel at Florida State now, and then at Duke it was we didn't have a strong or free. It was like right or left, but whatever side of the ball was at, you were over there. So we had to know both calls.
Okay, so now who's your Mount Rushmore of NFL safeties of all time?
Of all time.
Yeah, give me four of the best, and then when you say their name, explain why.
Okay, cool. So it's the story behind this one. I wear 14 at Florida State now because the Honey Badger. He wore 14 his freshman year at LSU.
That's a good one.
A lot of people don't know that he wore 14 his freshman year in high school. And then he's also like, I think I'm taller than him a little bit, but he was undersized as DB, so he had to like work a little harder. He had a chip on his shoulder.
Straight beast.
Well, that's definitely somebody I watch and look up to. And he's definitely on there, Honey Badger for sure. My second safety I would go, Ed Reed. You got Ed Reed just a ball hawk. Ed Reed's just a ball hawk.
Man, that's a good one.
He played like just a nastiness to him because he also wasn't that big. He wasn't that big as a safety either, so he just played with that edge to him. Somebody who I definitely liked, who short career, John Taylor. Mm-hmm. I wore 26 at Duke because he wore 26 at Miami. So it's him definitely. He came. I watched his college highlights. If you can find them on YouTube, I watched those a little bit. And then my last one I'm gonna give you is Minka Fitzpatrick. That's my dog, Minka Fitzpatrick. I like Fitty. He from Jersey kid, Jersey boy, and just him at Bama. Like he was just a dog at Bama. He did everything I do. And then even when he came to the Steelers, he had 6 picks or 7 picks his first time, his first year at the Steelers.
Making plays.
Yeah, like Minka just a dog overall. Like those my 4. I give you.
Those are very good 4 that you picked. I would say I get this to you, man, because it seems like you got your head right. It seems like you got the skills. I would say, man, like the reason a lot of these people were successful is they put in the work behind it, not on just on practice. You know, they were running hills. They were doing all types of stuff to get their stamina up and strength up. So, man, I would definitely suggest follow some of the greats' work ethics and just kind of like figure out their training patterns. And I promise you do that, man, you're gonna make it to the pros. I see it for sure.
That's the plan, definitely.
Yeah, man. One day somebody could be. Hopefully, man. One day somebody will be putting Pop in they Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying?
That's the plan.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing about the calls. I'm gonna say this right before we go. I'm gonna also give you a chance. I'm gonna ask you another question. One thing I just want to share with you. It's dope to hear that you're out there making the calls and that you're confident in your calls. Mm-hmm. We had Morgan Burnett in here, played for the Green Bay Packers, won the Super Bowl with the Packers, went to Georgia Tech, and he talked about how when he first came to Green Bay, he was back there at the safety spot, and he made a call in practice, and said one of the linebackers, I forget which one, turned around and said, "Man, who in the F is that? Like, who is this young pup back here calling himself making plays?" But making calls. But he said he had to just keep doing it, and he built up that trust with his teammates. And once he built up that trust with his teammates, he made calls, same player. Ain't got nothing to say. He making the calls. I trust him. If this what he say he's saying, this what we doing. So man, keep doing that. I'm glad that Coach Miller instilled that in you. And man, keep believing in yourself. You said that when you make the calls now, it gives you trust that you know what you're talking about. So man, keep doing that. Your teammates will keep trusting you, man, and you're gonna go a long way as far as that goes.
I want to piggyback off that one thing that Morgan Burnett told us, man, and I wish I would have known this when I played, but he said he's playing against Aaron Rodgers, right? And he said that Aaron Rodgers would know kind of like what the play was going to be through the rookie play callers for defense, because how he said it went down.
I forget exactly, but he said I forgot what he said.
But basically said that they would be calling the play, right? And then he wasn't experienced enough to know that, hey, you keep calling, you know what I'm saying? He know, but like sometimes he would throw him off. He would say the play, but that wasn't a play. And so it kind of like he kind of knew how the defense was gonna line, because it was like green one. He ready for green one. The quarterback, I got his ass. Yeah. But now if you come in there and say green one, and it's not that, it kind of threw him off. So like, yeah. So kind of like veteran quarterbacks, they know how to look at young.
Yeah. I forgot Morgan did say that. Okay, last certainly not least. Take the time to let any Florida State fans out there who know about you, who are excited, or ones who don't know about you, let them know exactly what type of player they're getting out of Pop Jones. We can put the last name with it, right? I like that, Pop Jones. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So let the Florida State fans who don't know about you know exactly what type of player they're getting out of Pop Jones and what they will see out on the field this upcoming season.
I bet. I mean, Florida State fans, you're definitely getting a dog. Someone who come to work, compete every day. Someone who's just coming to ultimately make plays, help win games, and really just bring Florida State back to where Florida State needs to be and what it's been. You feel me? So like, definitely like a dog, a competitor, and just all around like, I don't want to say like alpha, but I am an alpha male. So it's kind of like, it's gonna get done. The job gonna get done. You feel me? So that's what I can say. Like, we just coming to work. Ain't too much need to be said. Too much need to be done. Just coming to work. Work gonna get done.
Well, I hope when you play Georgia, man, you had like 15 tackles, 2 sacks, and a loss. I'm pulling you. I'll pull for you. I'll be rooting for you. So 14, Florida State, and then, you know, if you can, man, give me some tickets to a Florida State game. We'll come down and support you.
Dude, man, say you got a big family, man.
Man, they not coming to every game.
Hey, look, man, we about to get up out of here, man. Pop. We appreciate you, young brother.
Appreciate
you sitting down with the Waterboy Show. Hey, look, y'all saw it. So when you see this man out there making plays on Saturdays, could be some Thursday nights, could be some Saturday nights or some early Saturday games. You know you saw him first on the Waterboy Show, and then when you see him out there on Sundays and Sunday nights making plays, you still will remember you saw him here first on the Waterboy Show.
Because Be Rich Be Knowing who gonna be going to the pros, and we got Pop Jones, household name, coming soon.
Man,
I love that.
How you just make this about you, right? How you just make this about you, right?
Man. He going pro. Pop Jones. Y'all remember that?
Okay, all right, man. Be rich, be knowing. Be knowing. But look, on behalf of the Waterboy Show, like I always say, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, we got the great Pop Jones in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got my partner, B Rich. We got Staring Aaron, a.k.a. Aaron. Whoa, Pittman. The Waterboy Show. We are out.
Kill the camera. Man, that was good, bro.